The economy added 172,000 jobs. What it means for home buyers and sellers. Hello, I'm David Hittle, your Kentucky real estate specialist, doing business as Shop Kentucky Homes LLC with United Real Estate Louisville. And the U.S. economy recently added 172,000 jobs. And that beat expectations. And it showed that employers are still hiring despite higher interest rates and economic uncertainty. At first glance, that may not sound like a real estate story. But one of the biggest drivers of the housing market isn't mortgage rates or home prices. It's jobs. Because when people feel secure in their employment, they are more likely to buy homes, to relocate, to upgrade, to downsize, and make other major financial decisions. So let's talk about what this latest jobs report means for buyers and sellers. What the jobs report tells us. Well, the latest report showed the economy added approximately 172,000 jobs, while unemployment remained relatively low at 4.3%. No economy is ever perfect, but these numbers suggest the labor market remains stable. Businesses are still hiring. Workers are still finding jobs. And we are not seeing the kind of widespread layoffs that often accompany a major financial recession. And that is an important signal because housing markets tend to perform better when people feel confident about their income and their future. So why does this matter for real estate? Well, a major reason is housing is built on confidence. People buy homes because life happens. They get married. They have children. They relocate for work. They retire. And nearly all of those decisions are connected to employment and income. So when people feel secure in their jobs, they are more likely to move forward with those plans. And that is why economists closely watch employment data when evaluating the housing market. A strong labor market helps support housing demand. So what does this mean for home buyers? Well, for buyers, this generally is encouraging news. A healthy job market means people are still earning income and qualifying for mortgages. At the same time, today's market is very different from the crazy frenzy of 2021 and 2022. Many buyers now have more inventory to choose from, more negotiating power, and more opportunities to request concessions from sellers. Affordability remains a challenge, but buyers often have options today they simply did not have and they did not exist a few years ago. If you find this information helpful, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications so that you don't miss future Kentucky real estate updates. And if you're thinking about buying or selling a home anywhere in Kentucky or anywhere around the world, I'd love the opportunity to help. Feel free to reach out with your questions or your real estate goals. So what does this story mean for sellers? Well, for sellers, strong employment is also positive because it means people are still moving, families are still growing, and buyers are still entering the market. The difference today is that buyers have become more selective. They are paying more attention to pricing, condition, and presentation. So homes that are priced appropriately and marketed effectively continue to attract attention. while homes that are overpriced often sit longer and receive fewer showings. And that is why having the right strategy is so important in today's market. But what about mortgage rates? One common question is whether strong economic news means mortgage rates will fall. Not necessarily. Strong employment can actually reduce pressure for immediate rate cuts because policymakers may see less need to stimulate the economy. That is why predicting mortgage rates is so difficult. The reality is that most real estate decisions are driven by personal circumstances and not perfect timing. Waiting for the perfect rate or the perfect market often means waiting indefinitely. So what does this mean for Kentucky? Well, here in Kentucky, it's important to remember that real estate is local. What's happening nationally doesn't always match what's happening in Louisville, Shelbyville, Georgetown, Elizabethtown, Frankfort, Brandenburg, or Shepherdsville. Some neighborhoods here in Kentucky remain highly competitive, while others are seeing more inventory and longer market times. National data provides context, but local market conditions ultimately determine your opportunities as a buyer or a seller. So when I look at this jobs report, I don't see signs of a housing collapse. I see an economy that continues creating jobs and consumers who continue participating in the housing market. Will there still be challenges? Absolutely. Will mortgage rates continue to fluctuate? Of course. But strong employment remains one of the most important foundations supporting housing demand, and that is something worth paying attention to. So again, I'm David Hittle, your Kentucky real estate specialist, doing business as Shop Kentucky Homes LLC with United Real Estate Louisville. And if I can help you in any way to buy, sell, invest, or simply answer your real estate questions, please feel free to reach out. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.